Nearly everyone has either experienced divorce or knows someone who has, and it can be an incredibly painful experience. Well, for decades, 47-year-old Kerry Cohen struggled with the trauma from her parents' divorce, which went well beyond pain in the moment. Watch this. Kerry Cohen's early childhood was a happy one.
One of my fondest memories from childhood was that my parents used to have these big, fun parties, and I loved the sound of their fun.
But at 11 years old, she says, her world turned upside down when her parents divorced.
It's not the divorce that was a problem, it was how my parents handled the divorce. My mom made a decision to become a doctor, and then suddenly she was leaving. My mother's leaving was probably the biggest trauma that sits with me. My father was just sort of unavailable emotionally.
Since then, Cohen says it was a continuous search for a genuine connection to fill the emptiness.
I started noticing that I could get attention from men and boys. I mean, they were my drug, really.
Then she met her first husband.
He felt like home in a lot of ways. I absolutely believed that I had figured it out finally and everything was going to be okay.
But it was not okay. The couple had 2 children, the oldest autistic, and a marriage that lost its intimacy.
I think we both felt incredibly alone. And of course, feeling alone was an old feeling for me that I still had from my childhood. So it just sort of, really poked at that wound.
After separating, Cohen again sought the attention of men to fill that emptiness, and for the first time in her life, she started drinking.
I was kind of experiencing drinking socially in a way that I hadn't actually before.
As she made new friends and began an emotionally tumultuous 5-year relationship, her drinking escalated.
I was in a horrible, horrible relationship that was really destroying me on many levels, and so I was using the alcohol to try to deal with the pain of that. It felt like something that was keeping my head above water, even as it was drowning me.
Kerry Cohen's new memoir is called Lush, and she joins me now. Kerry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Boy, that feeling of loneliness and absence of intimacy, I think so many people can relate to. And it can be devastating, and it can have roots in childhood. Was there an aha moment for you where you realized, this is connected to being abandoned? My parents' separation?
Well, so yes and no. I mean, I had, at that point in my life, I'd been through plenty of therapy, and I knew that I had a primary addiction, which is sex and love addiction. And so the relationship of that feeling to the addiction around men was already familiar to me. So, and that was always about that emptiness, yes.
So you started the drinking.
Yeah.
And at its height, of the height of the problem, what did that look like in your life?
Well, it was bad. I was in a bad way. I was deeply unhappy. I think that's probably the biggest way it was showing itself. And I was drinking probably about like a bottle of wine a night, bottle and a half, and by myself, like mostly alone and at home. Initially it had been social, or it had been as a way of a part of talks that I was having, emotional talks with my then husband. But over time, it was just, I was doing a lot of it by myself.
So what was the moment where you said, that's got to stop, and the behaviors have to stop?
It sort of ramped up. I mean, at some point, I was thinking, I wonder if I have a drinking problem. And it's like I say in the book, it's like, if you're wondering if you have a drinking problem, you probably have a drinking problem, So it's kind of started there. But then as things go, it's like we have that awareness. And then, another year passes. And you're like, God, I really need to stop this. And then another year passes, So it kind of took that long. But I think when it reached that point of misery that I was just talking about, where I was really doing it alone and really inside of my own aloneness and really increasing that feeling of loneliness that I was trying to get away from. Yes.
I know. What's interesting about you, though, is you stopped. You managed to stop that kind of abuse. but not through AA. And what you've encouraged folks in your book is to be curious about their addiction.
Yeah.
Can you explain that? Because I think that could really help some folks.
That's what I did, is I stayed curious because I knew, like it said in the video, I'd never had a relationship to drinking before in my life. It wasn't anything that was ever on my radar. I didn't care at all about alcohol. I would maybe sometimes have a glass of wine with dinner and not even finish it, you know? So, but I knew that I had this other core addiction around men and attention and you know, love addiction for the most part. And so, so I was curious about that. So I just, stayed curious and really pursued it, really researched, really both outside of me and inside of me, researched what was actually happening to me.
That's the thing. So she was honest about what is causing me to drink. And once you addressed that, the drinking was no longer a problem.
It didn't need to be. I mean, I had to change my life. I had to get out of that relationship, which I did. And it took a little while. You know, I had to, I did this thing that is, you know, I realize is sort of a privileged thing to do, but I went to the Bahamas to an ashram, sort of like a self-created
You got your groove back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, at an ashram, it's like you're doing meditation and yoga, but there's no alcohol, no cigarettes, no nothing. You
It's
know?
self-healing, and you can do meditation and yoga, you know, off the internet now. You don't even have to leave your apartment if you want to.
That's right.
But I think that's an important issue of looking at the issues that are making you drink. Sometimes it is the drink, and sometimes it's something else.
Yeah.
Very, thank you.
Thank
All the
you
best
so
to you.
much. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.